If you love action movies that get straight to the point, this list is for you. These films don't rely on bloated runtimes or unnecessary subplots. Instead, they focus on strong characters, real danger, and pure survival. From savage historical revenge to modern crime chaos and time loop madness, these are action movies that hit hard and never slow down. Let's start the countdown.
Why would he stow away to such a hellish place?
To find what was stolen from me.
And what is that?
The kingdom. I will kill you if you let me.
At number 10, we have The Northman. This is a brutal historical action film set in the harsh Viking Age. It shows a raw, violent world with no romance or comfort. The story follows Amleth, a young prince who watches his father, King Orvandil, get murdered by his uncle Fjalnir. Before escaping, Amleth swears to avenge his father and reclaim his destiny. Years later, Amleth has become a feral warrior, raiding villages without mercy. When he learns Fjalnir now lives as a farmer in Iceland, he disguises himself as a slave and slowly infiltrates his uncle's life. Instead of rushing revenge, Amleth breaks his enemy piece by piece while uncovering painful family truths. The final confrontation feels like a dark myth brought to life. It got an IMDb rating of 7 and is available on Netflix.
Change of plans. We're trading up. The Federal Reserve. It's like Fort Knox. At any one time, there's anywhere between 500 and 800 billion dollars in there.
You're not the bad guys. We are.
At number 9, we have Den of Thieves. This gritty crime action film is set in Los Angeles and follows two men locked in a mental and physical war. Nick O'Brien, a reckless and determined sheriff, leads an elite unit chasing high-level criminals. His home life is collapsing, but on the job, he is relentless. Across the line is Ray Merriman, a calm ex-military leader planning a massive Federal Reserve heist. As Nick closes in, the film becomes a tense battle of strategy and pride. The shootouts feel raw and realistic, avoiding flashy action. The final twist flips expectations and gives the film its lasting punch. It got an IMDb rating of 7 and is available on YouTube TV.
Hello?
Everly.
Thank God. I'm not gonna die tonight.
At number 8, we have Everly. This is a non-stop survival action movie set almost entirely inside one apartment. Everly has lived under control of a powerful Yakuza boss, Taiko, for years. When she betrays him, he puts a massive bounty on her head. Trapped in her apartment, Everly faces wave after wave of assassins. She isn't a trained killer, just a desperate mother fighting to survive. Using hidden weapons and sheer willpower, she turns her home into a war zone. The movie never slows down and keeps the tension high from start to finish. It got an IMDb rating of 5.1 and is available on Fubo TV.
Not your type.
At number 7, we have Revenge. This is a stylish and brutal survival revenge film set in a vast desert. Jen travels with her rich boyfriend Richard for a quiet getaway, but things quickly turn horrifying when his friends arrive. Left for dead after a violent attack, Jen survives against impossible odds. Injured and alone, she transforms from prey into a hunter. As the men begin tracking her, the power slowly shifts. The film uses bold visuals to show Jen's rebirth and delivers a raw, personal revenge story. It got an IMDb rating of 6.4 and is available on Philo.
He won't stop until he kills you and anyone you care about.
At number 6, we have The Equalizer. This film follows Robert McCall, a quiet man trying to live a peaceful life after a violent past. He works at a hardware store and avoids trouble until he meets Terry, a young girl abused by Russian gangsters. McCall gives the criminals one chance to stop. When they refuse, he unleashes his deadly skills. Using everyday objects as weapons, he dismantles the entire operation with cold precision. The film is about justice control and protecting those who can't fight back. It got an IMDb rating of 7.3 and is available on Fubo TV.
If you stop, you die.
At number 5, we have Cranked. This movie is pure chaos. Chev Kelios, a hitman, wakes up poisoned with a drug that will kill him if his adrenaline drops. To stay alive, Chev turns the city into his personal battlefield. He starts fights, steals cars, and creates nonstop chaos while hunting the man responsible. The movie never slows down and perfectly matches its insane premise with wild energy. It got an IMDb rating of 6.9 and is available on Prime Video.
It's going to get me killed.
At number 4, we have Atomic Blonde. Set in Berlin just before the fall of the Berlin Wall, this spy action film is cold, stylish, and brutal. Lorraine Broughton, an MI6 agent, is sent to recover a list of undercover agents. The story is full of betrayals, but the action is the real highlight. Lorraine's fights are painful and exhausting. She bleeds, struggles, and barely survives. The famous staircase fight scene remains one of the most realistic action sequences in recent cinema. It got an IMDb rating of 6.7 and is available on HBO Max.
Kiddo, management will be watching on this one.
You did something bad. I wouldn't have sent me if you had.
At number 3, we have Ava. This film explores the emotional cost of being an assassin. Ava is highly skilled, but deeply conflicted. She questions her missions, which makes her dangerous to her own organization. After a job goes wrong, Ava becomes a target. While fighting to survive, she reconnects with her broken family. The film balances solid action with emotional depth, showing Ava's struggle for control over her life. It got an IMDb rating of 5.5 and is available on Prime Video.
But our orders remain the same. Hunt them down and kill them off, one by one.
At number 2, we have Underworld. This gothic action film reveals a secret war between vampires and werewolves. Celine, a vampire warrior, has spent centuries hunting lichens. When she meets Michael Corbin, a human tied to both species, she begins uncovering lies about the war in her past. As alliances crumble, Celine must choose truth over loyalty. The film blends dark visuals with stylish gun-heavy action. It got an IMDb rating of 7 and is available to rent on Apple TV.
Hurry, pal! As many times as I've seen this happen to my apartment, I still can't help but think I'm never, ever getting my security deposit back.
At number 1, we have Boss Level. This fast and entertaining time loop action film follows Roy Pulver, a man reliving the same deadly day again and again. At first, he dies constantly. Over time, he learns every enemy's move. As Roy uncovers the truth behind the loop and the villain Clive Vender, he realizes the loop is a second chance to become better and save the woman he loves. The movie blends action, humor, and heart into a highly rewatchable experience. It got an IMDb rating of 6.8 and is available on Hulu. These 10 movies prove that great action doesn't need unnecessary complexity. Whether it's ancient revenge, modern crime, or time loop chaos, each film delivers intensity and memorable characters. If you want action that respects your time and keeps your pulse racing, this list won't disappoint.